Hey guys, I'm back. We're at a really good part with Minion, so I'm going to read a little bit from the next chapter. It's chapter 8. It's called The Last Piece. Page 198. So, turns out I was wrong. It doesn't start with a favor, it starts with a promise. I should know. I was raised by nuns, and they are all about promises. The Bible's full of them, though they were all called covenants, which means promises with pretty heavy consequences. If we are good, we will be rewarded. If we aren't, we are sure to be punished. You can chill in this big, verdant backyard of mine, but eat one of my apples and all bets are off. And the big promise, the one everyone hinges on, that if we say sorry and mean it, we will be forgiven. Though to be honest, that sounds more like an scapegoat. I didn't think Benjamin Edson even believed in promises. They were too black and white for his shady gray world. He taught me that everything was up for grabs, subject to discussion. There's nothing wishy-washy about a promise. Yet, he made one to my father, the coward. That's what my mother called him before she ran away. I wonder if she ever promised him anything except that she was never coming back. I've decided courage is keeping your promises, good or bad, rich or poor, sickness or health, doesn't matter. You keep your promise or you risk losing everything you've ever believed in, and then you're really in trouble. I wake up early the next morning, finally ready to say something. I spent the whole night twisted in my covers, wrestling with my gut, trying to pin down what I was feeling. Was I more angry at my fake dad for hiding the truth, or at my real one for abandoning me? Or at my father for leaving me? And what did it change? Would I still be here doing the same things I'm doing now? Would my life be any different? Were there choices I would have made differently had I known? Would I still be on the same side of everything? He's waiting for me at the kitchen table just like before, the same place I left in. Winnipeg, New Haven, Fort Worth, all still spread out, mapping the possibilities. Toledo still lies abandoned on the floor. It doesn't matter, of course. We could go anywhere. There are just pamphlets he picked up at random. A homeschooled teenage bank robber and his self-employed criminal genius substitute father with no accounts, no IDs, no forwarding addresses. We are easily relocated. They have houses with basements everywhere. You can still make boxes anywhere. Wednesday night can still be taco night in Wichita. It might be harder to find a supplier like a Z, but it won't be hard to find customers for my father's wares. Somehow or another, they find you. We could just pack up and run, leave it all behind. Logistically, it wouldn't be that hard. Except I'm not ready. I don't want to run. That's what I have to tell him. Good morning, he mumbles. It's clear he hasn't slept. His eyes are rimmed purple. He's still wearing the same clothes as yesterday, and he smells like sour milk. I think about the big promise, the covenant. I try to choke down the instant flush of anger I get just from seeing him there. It's reflex. I take a deep breath and I begin my speech. Dad, listen. I'm not sure what exactly you're caught up in, but whatever it is, we can get through it. This is my approach. Mend the bridge. Become a duo again. Then tell him what I want. Not tell him. Tell him. Just tell him. I know, he says, but I can't leave. Not now. Not yet. There are still things I need to take care of. I know. I understand. So let me help you, I say. I think back to the day at St. Mary's, to our first conversation, to his question about good and evil and where exactly I stood on the matter. Even then, he was feeling me out. At the time, I thought I had answered incorrectly. Now I realize that I gave the only answer he could ever believed. You can't do it alone, I say, even though I'm not sure what it is still. That's part of what I have to figure out. You're right, he answers with a weak smile. I'm slightly stunned. It always surprises me a little when I'm right. Really? Yes, I shouldn't have left you out. And I could use your help. I'm almost finished. There's just one last piece I need. He hands me a post-it note with the model number scrawled on it. I notice his hands are shaking, and he notices my noticing, quickly tucking them under his arms. And then, we can stay? My father nods. When I get back, you can tell me everything. You will show me what you've been working on, and you will keep the basement, sorry, the liar, unlocked? He nods. And no more secrets? It's not meant to come out as a question, but seeing him sitting there looking